Many Magic the Gathering players ask the question, is it worth it to buy a starter commander deck? Not to be confused with our regularly scheduled set commander decks, and not to be confused with the once-a-year regular big commander deck release. This is now a third series of regularly occurring commander decks, notably different because it's notably cheaper. That's right, Wizards of the Coast are testing a new line of commander products whose mission statement appears to be a more accessible barrier of entry for brand new commander players. And while, as always, I will be critical in this video when necessary, I am appreciative of this as a goal, at face value anyway. But are these commander decks the equivalent of the ancient intro packs that once lined game store walls? What about the commander equivalent of planeswalker decks or other introductory products? Are they actually quality for new and returning players, and do they hold anything of value for established and enfranchised commander players? Let's take a look. But first, many Magic the Gathering players ask, is it worth it to watch my new stream, Tolarian Community College Masters? I don't know, but sponsor of this video, Whatnot, thinks it is. Whatnot is an online streaming marketplace. Basically, it's as if eBay and Twitch had a baby, where people stream items for sale or auction, including Magic the Gathering products, packs, cards, and boxes. And I'll be streaming what I call Tolarian Community College Masters 1 week from today with some cool signed cards and accessories that I've collected over the years. Not only that, but I'm giving you $15, yeah, $15 in credit to use on anything on Whatnot, on my stream or anyone's, if you sign up using my special invite code. Just go to whatnot.com/invite/Tolarian College and you'll get $15 to spend on anything. That makes for a great discount on an expensive Magic the Gathering purchase or a lot of little freebies like booster packs or singles. Or check out Whatnot Drops, a new feature that gives everyone access to score deals on high-demand products. Starting December 9th throughout the 17th, you'll be able to enter drops for the chance to buy all 9 pieces of power at the original 1993 prices. All you have to do is tap on the raindrop icon at the bottom of the app and join the drop. Each day will be a different piece of power starting Friday, December 9th, with the chance to purchase an unlimited Mox Pearl for only $10. Every day will be a new piece of power, so be sure to log in and join the newest drop. So sign up using the link below for your free $15 credit to spend on anything, and join drops starting December 19th for the chance to buy real classic cards at real classic prices. The inaugural 2002 Starter Commander Deck Collection consists of 5 different, 2-color pre-constructed commander decks. Each Starter Commander deck contains the following: 1 foil-etched Legendary Commander card, and 99 non-foil cards, including lands of course, to make for 1 completely playable out-of-the-box commander deck. Also included are 10 double-sided tokens, some punch-out counters, what is generously described as a deck box, 3 strategy inserts specifically designed with brand new commander players in mind, all at the incredibly affordable price of $19.99. Though there is some variance, good and bad, on that, as I will cover in a moment. But what is most distinguishable about these decks, besides of course the price and the aim at new players, is the fact that they are 100% reprints. There are no new card designs here, nor is there anything in terms of new artwork aside from the face commanders, which are offered to us in the foil etch with brand new art. We have here an interesting range of favorites: Amara, Soul of the Accord, who creates Token Triumph, Gissa and Geralf's Grave Danger, Kardor Doomscourge's Chaos Incarnate, Isperia Supreme Judge's First Flight, and Atarka World Render's Draconic Destruction. The names of the decks alone do a solid job explaining the ethos of the gameplay contained within. Amara is going to fill the board up with token creatures. It's right there in the name. Whereas Gissa and Geralf are going to utilize the Grave and the Undead to bring their opponents to dangerous life totals. Kardor is the only one that is a little bit unpredictable based on title. I'll of course cover gameplay in more depth in the later part of this video. Isperia Supreme Judge is flying based. Thank goodness they didn't give it a control emphasis for a starter commander deck. And of course, Atarka World Render is dragons. A welcome relief from some of the more nebulous and nonsensical pre-con names that we've received over the years. In regards to price, the lack of an MSRP is once again an absolute hindrance to consumers, as it allows for stores, including Wizards of the Coast's own Amazon storefront, to once again pre-sale and potentially inflate prices. Seeing these at $29.99 and up is absolutely outrageous. I want to be real clear before this video goes any further. There is nothing, and I mean nothing, in these decks to justify those prices. These decks are essentially watered-down intro decks, and their biggest selling point should be a low price, a price of $20 each. At $30 and up, these are not worth it. End video right here. Do not pay markups. Do not pay that price. It is outrageous to even think about it. These are $20 decks, or they are not worth having. There is no middle ground. I know I sound like a broken record when I say don't pay markups, but with this product especially, oh my goodness, don't pay markups. These are starter commander decks, and while there is some quality of construction that I will touch on in just a moment, there is no reason to pay above $19.99 for each of these, and given Wizards of the Coast's trend in this area, it is highly likely they will be on flash sales on Amazon within the next 6 months for even less. Don't pay markups, but what are these decks worth in terms of their contents? A reminder that these decks are 100% reprints. As of the filming of this video, the day before launch, if you were to buy all of the cards in each deck, how much would it cost you? For Token Triumph, that would run you about $42.19. Grave Danger, $43.82. Chaos Incarnate is actually the most valuable of the bunch at $58.49. First Flight, $45.12. And Draconic Destruction, $56.16. So at first glance, it seems like a solid deal for anyone who can catch these decks at their intended price of $20, or even if you're willing to throw in a $5 surcharge, which you should not do, you're still getting reprints in this deck that are equaling more than the cost of this deck. But remember, a majority of these cards are what we call bulk, meaning they're only worth a few cents, but that adds up when we're looking at 100 cards. If we eliminate the bulk, how much value is there really? If we were to eliminate all cards that are not even worth $1 from Token Triumph, we would only be left with 12 cards, the total value of which is about $28.68. The most valuable card in this deck is only $5. Sentinel Hierophants, followed by Slate of Ancestry. Wow, Slate of Ancestry's up to $4.50. Glad it was reprinted here. Followed by a Planeswalker card, a Johnny, Color of the Pride, at $3.99. That isn't to say there aren't a lot of great cards within the bulk of these decks, but it's important to remember the distinction between these and the other Commander products that are released. Grave Danger would only have 10 cards worth more than $1, the top of which is another $5-ish card, Liliana, Untouched by Death, at $4.79, followed by a favorite of mine from the old days, Havengul Leech. Oh, I tried to make that card work in Standard. I tried so hard. $3.59. I paid $20 each back in the day. Hey, reprints work. This has also got the nice inclusion of Talisman of Dominance, a $2.99 card, Loyal Subordinate, also at that price, but again, only 10 cards worth more than $1. Chaos Incarnate retains a lot of its value even when bulk is eliminated. You've got 15 cards worth more than $1, but $37.45 of value. A lot of that is in Lightning Greaves, a $7.39 card. Why isn't that in every Commander deck? Followed by Archfiend of Depravity at just under $5. Talisman of Indulgence, yay Talismans. Did they reprint it in blue-white? Did they reprint it in blue-white? Place your bets now, because yes, they did. First Flight has 16 cards worth over $1. Total value here is $36.74 when bulk is eliminated, and the top card in the deck, here it is, Talisman of Progress, $5.69. As the song that I keep hearing on TikTok says, it's about dang time. There's some other nice inclusions here from True Conviction, a $3.29 card, Sephara Sky's Blade, Gravitational Shift, Bident of Thassa, all being $2.99 each. And finally, we have Draconic Destruction with 20 cards worth more than $1 each. $44.89 total in non-bulk value, the biggest of which is Dragon Tempest at $5.29, followed by another standard card I paid way too much in the day, Thundermaw Hellkite, now just a respectable $4.49. There's also some nice cards like Elemental Bond and Vandal Blast. Vandal Blast, distributing that value between a variety of $2 to $5 cards. Financial value aside, it is ever crucial that we take into consideration the gameplay experience as well. How well do these decks fare on the battleground against each other? Against the average Commander deck? Well, in practice, the sealed environment for these 5 decks is an outright slug fest. Each deck has between 17 to 23 cards worth 5 mana value or higher. That feels decidedly top end in my evaluation, and it's a good thing the Amazon listing for the decks make folks aware that the estimated playtime for 3 to 5 players is going to be about 2 hours. The upside, of course, to having such top end heavy decks is that the avenues for upgrades become abundantly clear. Whichever 5, 6, or even 7 drop feels clunkiest in your hand can certainly be replaced with a similarly synergistic card that is simply easier to cast and helps support the game plan more efficiently. Another upside to being top heavy is that there are many cards included that will decidedly bring the game to a close after a long epic battle. True Conviction, Storm Herd, Army of the Damned, Magnetic Force, and Atarka Worldrender herself are all examples of cards that will cleanly close things out. And luckily, there is plenty of interaction between these decks to boot, with cards like Counterspell, Undermine, Chaos Warp, Beast Within, and Path to Exile, all scattered throughout these lists. You can be sure that new players, as well as returning, will enjoy the unquestionable power of interaction. Unfortunately, in today's modern Commander world filled with casualistic studies and obligatory Crater Hoof behemoths, I feel these decks will have a difficult time keeping up with the average Commander deck without considerable upgrades first. One of the best things about classic Commander decks was that, while they maybe weren't up to the power level of your established friends, you could still take them out of the box and sit down and play a game without falling too far behind and every now and then sneaking out a win, or at least coming in second. In fact, one of my favorite memories playing Commander is from over half a decade ago, where myself and another friend took our fully optimized Commander decks out to play against 2 new players who were running out-of-the-box precons, and those precons essentially took over the game, and one of them actually won, showing that classic Commander precons had the power to hold their own even up against established players. These decks, not so much. If I were to rank the decks on how worth it to buy they were, not based on financial value, but purely on deck construction and power, then Draconic Destruction and Chaos Incarnate take the lead in a tie. First Flight and Token Triumph have a strong second place nonetheless, and the weakest is our shambling friends, the zombies, with Grave Danger, offering nothing of the sort. This isn't me recommending you do not buy Grave Danger, but it is me saying it is the first that I would want to start upgrading out of all 5. And this wouldn't be a Commander review video if I didn't take a moment to complain about the mana bases. With Commander being now the most popular way to play Magic the Gathering, you would think pre-constructed multiplayer products would serve as the best place to include dual lands that were literally made for multiplayer. Yes, I'm gonna go on about the Battlebond lands here. Thanks to reprints in Brothers War and Dominaria United, we've finally seen the price of Pain lands reach the point of accessibility that I argue that they must have in order for the average Commander player to enjoy their multicolored decks to the fullest potential. Can we please start to see that in multicolored pre-constructed decks such as these? I honestly think that if each of these 5 decks had their appropriate Battle Bond land in it, it could have very dramatically transformed them in financial value as well as playability. They're not even that outrageously expensive these days. It's not the equivalent of the old Commander Precon reviews, where I would lament there not being fetch lands in them. But the Battle Bond lands were specifically made for multiplayer, and with Battle Bond 2 less and less likely to ever happen, the perfect place for those multiplayer duels to go is in Commander Precons. But whether or not the Battle Bond lands will ever find a home in Commander Precons such as these, one thing is certain. There is no reason for vanilla tapped lands to ever be in any product such as this, Commander or otherwise. Scry lands and life gain lands? Sure, but Elfheim Palace and Coastal Tower? Come on, let's relegate those to the draft environments where they solely belong. You kids know what draft is, right? Ask your parents. Final conclusion? There's a lot to appreciate here, even if some of the cards included are total clunkers. The decks feature a wide variety of Commander staples, albeit many at just the 50 cent to $1.50 range, but they also feature great deck synergy, game plan strategies, and at a price of $19.99, I think this is doing a very good job of accomplishing the goal of being baby's first Commander deck. There's a lot less for established players, and this is where having maybe 3 to 4 original designs, especially in terms of the face commander, could have gone a long way. We saw this done with the Zendikar Rising and original Commander Legends 1999 Commander decks. It's unfortunate that every time we see a successful product such as those, it seems to go away only to be replaced by something a little less special. I'm looking at you, Jumpstart 2022. Overall, the grade here is a B. These are very good, but remember, no matter what you do not pay markups. It is not worth it. I hope very much this video has been of some help to you. What do you think about this new offshoot line of starter Commander decks? Do they serve a function that our regular Commander Precons were not serving? Is this a needless cash grab for the upcoming holidays? A series you want to see continue? Something you want to see improved? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, this holiday season, as in every season, whether you are buying Commander Precons, booster packs, or just card sleeves and accessories, when it is possible, when it is reasonable to do so, please try and spend that money where you spend time playing this great game, and that's at your local game store. You're supporting your Magic community. Hey, thanks again to Whatnot for sponsoring this video. Remember, I'll be doing Tolarian Community College Masters 1 week from today on the 9th at 3 p.m. Pacific, and you can use my invite code for $15 to spend on anything on my stream or any stream. Get some Magic stuff, $15 for Magic stuff. That's fine. You just go to whatnot.com/invite/Tolarian College, and there you go. Hope to see you, or just use the code and buy something. That's cool too. Whatever you want or don't, I don't care.
Next time on Shuffle Up and Play.
Welcome to Shuffle Up and Play. Today it's Commander with decks we love.
And I brought my mom's deck.
That we think are fair.
Do you pay too?
Oh, I'm already sick of it.
Let's see how you feel when you go up against it. Everybody please pass your deck to the right.
What?
No!
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
But I like this one!
Yeah.
Gibberge. I would say about half of these cards are in English, by the way.
You see, Voxy, you make a target of yourself.
What did I do?
You cast Luminarch Ascension and you started ascending.
1/1 soldier creature token.
I sacrifice a 0/1 to kill it.
Have you been playing with one more mana recently? The petty is off the charts and I love it.